Oh, we're good to go? Hey. Hold on.
Now we are episode GhettoRig 83.
Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back, episode number 83. If y'all missed the Sunday episode and you were sleeping on this, I don't know what else to say, right? Michael Sartain gave hella value. Oh, we're good to go? And it was just amazing, you know. There was a great pod, super intelligent conversation. If you missed that, I don't even know what to tell you. I don't even know what to tell you, because if you rather watch cartoons on YouTube, then just do that, you know. I don't know, but anyway, like, subscribe, share, check out that episode with Michael Sartain. It was packed. We asked him a bunch of questions. The guy was able to answer all of them and gave intelligent opinions about everything.
Is that what you be watching on YouTube? Cartoons?
Nah, bro. I've been watching Michael Sartain. So should you. It just so happened Michael Sartain was on the GhettoRig.
Turn the lights, give it a little
This Sunday.
ambiance.
Yeah. This Sunday.
Yeah,
so
dude, that was a great talk. It was great having him.
That's the fastest 2-hour pod we've done, I think.
Yeah.
It's
super
so
entertaining.
Bro, we've still had more questions, but we're coming up on 2 hours. And I know he said I'll answer as many questions as you want. We still had a... Here, guys, look. See this? This chicken scratch? We got to here. We still had that much more. So we're like, you know what? We're not gonna overstay our welcome, because we want him back on a pod.
For sure.
So we decided to do the rest later. So.
And we want to get to read some of the books. Maybe we could even talk about some of the books in the pod. That'd be kind of cool.
I'm interested in reading that Goggins book. He said
Devin Goggins book.
Yeah,
I haven't read the Goggins book.
I looked into it a little bit today.
Mm-hmm.
I read but I listened to the sample that Audible gives you for like the books, and I listened to it.
You know, Spotify is gonna.
It's just $20 for the goddamn book.
Yeah, so for Audible, so you can do
Spotify's
the
gonna start giving a shit ton of time for free because they want to like start investing into the audiobook business as well.
Yeah, so with as far as audiobooks go, like Audible and things like that, the cool part about that is like if you subscribe to them, it's $14.99 I think a month.
Yeah.
And that gives you 1 credit every month to purchase a book, right?
Yeah.
And then if you don't read the book within a month, you know, it's just kind of revolving. You got your credit. But if you do read let's say you read a book a week, or you listen to a book a week, then you can just purchase more credits. I think it's like 3 credits for $30 or something like that.
Okay.
They'll give you a discounted rate on that. I've done it once. I've only purchased a book for 3 credits. The reason being is because the very first book that I listened to was only 3 hours long, and I went through it within a week. So I had to. Since then, all the books I've listened to, they were like 15 hours, 20 hours. You know what I mean?
Damn, you get some long books, man. What are you learning? The fucking history of Rome?
No. Well, I mean, a lot of the books that he mentioned, I've already read. Like, you know, David Buss's books. I've read Gatsad. I've read Kinosawa. I've read The Very Important People. I've gone through, like, I mean, I can show you the list of the books. Like, I just finished Extreme Ownership by Jocko Wilkins. David Goggins is actually at it.
I don't actually read as much.
Well, I'm not reading. I'm actually listening to these books.
That's true.
You know what I mean? So I'm not reading.
There's something about reading a book that's just different, you know?
It puts me to sleep. And then I much rather utilize my time when I'm driving.
What is it in a way similar for you where you're reading a book, you go through the page, and sometimes you're just like, oh shit, what the fuck did that just say?
Yeah, but what I try to do is every chapter I try to write something down. Like something that's I think is important about that one chapter. I
like
just
a
write
summary
it down.
almost?
You know what's my problem? I find the best way for me is if I could somehow restrict all the other apps on my phone for like 2 hours and do it on my phone. Because if with paper, reading a normal paper book, I get tired. I get really like just want to go to sleep. Listening to it, when I hear something, like I can listen, and then I hear something that's interesting, and I start like dwelling on it by myself, and like I part ways with the book, and I just start thinking on myself, and that book is just going on in the background.
Yeah,
and that happens to me with podcasts sometimes too, but specifically books because they're so monotone. It's really easy to like disengage.
So here, guys, I'm gonna show Eddie the books that I have on my phone. So don't y'all don't think that I'm fucking lying or something like that here.
Well, I have your
What-
Audible.
what-
I have your Audible.
No, that's not just
account.
Audible. It's not just the Audible account.
Yeah.
These are actual books that what you're talking about to like be able to read. Like, I don't know, like for example, this one. I've purchased this book. I can technically go ahead and read the book.
Yeah. See,
You know
I
what I mean?
prefer that. I prefer that than
Yeah.
listening to it. Even though it's much easier to listen to it, but if I actually want to sit down and focus, it's a little better for me to do that because it forces myself to stay focused on that rather than with the listening. Like I said, like I started dwelling on the ideology of whatever they were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
If I find it very interesting,
So,
and I split off from it
If
on
you
my
think
brain.
you're gonna like books like this, I can get you books like this. Like as you can see, I have shit ton of them.
Yeah.
So either if it could be one of the ones that I have already, I send it to you, or I could just help you get it.
Yeah.
So, but I think Audible. The reason I like the Audible a little bit better is because I drive a lot. At least twice a week, I drive to Tampa, and that's 1 hour usually one way and then 1 hour back. So that's 2 hours of me driving. But since I listen to my books at minimum at 2 speed and more,
Yeah.
so I'll go through like 4 hours of a book within a day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if it's like a 20-hour book, it takes me like 2 weeks to go through the book.
That's why I love podcasts so much, dude. It's become a religion for me to watch Kill Tony every night on Mondays.
Yeah.
Whenever it comes out, it's just my sleep. I love
So
it.
it's funny. I never watched a full format episode of the Kill Tony podcast until the other day. It was actually yesterday or the day before yesterday.
They've been bangers recently. These last 3 episodes, bangers.
So I listened to the one with Rogan and Bert or
Okay.
Kurt, whatever his name was.
Tom Segura.
No, not Tom Segura. Not. It was
Joe-
Rogan and fuck, I forgot his
Bert
name.
Kreischer.
No, his name is Bert something, but it's not Kreischer. It's a different guy. Made fun of him. Really funny.
Okay.
He's really funny. And he was there with Post. It was when he was there with Post Malone.
Okay.
And then I watched the one with the Protect Our Parts crew, which was like Ari Shaffir
That was one
with
of the
Rick
bangers.
with Ric Flair and them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mark Norman.
Yeah.
Ari Shaffir.
And Gillis. And Shane Gillis.
They had the other two.
The fat dude
The fat
and the
dude
Puerto
and
Rican looking guy.
The Mexican looking guy.
Yeah. They had those. That was really good. That was the most brutal episode I've seen.
And the thing about these things is that it's live, so they're not fucking around. Like when the guest actually says, "Hey, I'm leaving," there's something wrong, and you can see the terror in the host's face when something's wrong, and everybody's looking around. It's like, what are we doing? Like,
Yeah.
what can we do about this?
My favorite part was, if I was there in my head as a comedian, I would have probably like, the moment I saw the way Rick was glitting, toned it down. Those guys did not give a fuck.
So
They started going in on Rick and
They
his
went on
son
brand.
that died of heroin overdose and shit. Like they were going in on him.
In a
Yeah,
way,
like-
in a way, they stayed on brand, and I mean, they're comics.
Yeah.
So
Rick.
Rick he signed up for it.
Well, the thing was, it was funny. Tony goes, "Man, I fucked up not sending you an episode before having you on,"
Mhm.
because
Yeah.
like one of the guys comes on, does his minute right, and he was not good. They roasted the shit out of him, and like literally, like dude might win and put a round in his head after that because like it was bad. And Rick is like quiet, and he just goes, "Hey man, I can't talk down on you anyway. You said you teach high school wrestling. My son was a very great amateur wrestler when he was in high school." And then he starts telling about how he died of overdose. He's like, "I'll never talk down on anybody who whoever donates their time to the youth and this and that." It was hilarious because after Rick leaves, like one of the guys like, "I wish I was his son." After that set,
It was better, yeah.
bro. Like I better off being Rick's son after that set. Like they were roasting and just going in and just brutal. Had zero.
So-
No one cooperated at all.
October 18th, which is a Wednesday apparently, Vinny from PBD's podcast, Vinny, because he's like the crazy guy with conspiracy theories. Well, he's a stand-up comedian, first of all, before he's on a PBD podcast. He's going to be in Tampa Improv, and I checked out the tickets. They were $35 to $40. So I don't know if you guys want
I'd
to
be down
go.
to go. What it is, a Wednesday?
It's a Wednesday.
I'm
Who
down.
was it? Who was
Yeah.
it again?
Vinny from PVD Podcast.
I don't know him.
You probably recognize you see his face.
Oh,
I'm telling you.
I think maybe.
Yeah. So I checked that out. It was in Tampa Improv. So, and PBD mentioned something like, I'll go to that. You know, so if PBD is going, you know what I'm saying? Maybe, you know, shake hands, kiss babies. You know what I mean? So that might be a interesting thing. Hey, Miggy,
What's up?
I'm gonna text you something, right?
All right.
And I want you to bring that up. I don't want to say this out loud yet because I don't want to ruin it, you know.
Okay.
But I want you to bring this up. Hold on a second. Let me text you this.
This dude.
No, I don't know.
No?
No.
All right. Hey, when you get a second, can you pull this article up? Right? When you find an article in Google, pull it up because it's one of the news items I want to talk about, and I think it's pretty big lately. You know what I mean?
Speaking of news, let's pour up a shot.
Yeah, because news have been lackluster within the past couple of days. I mean, there were some good things and there were some bad things and there were some just bizarre things, you know.
Is it
But,
this right here?
Yes, that's the one.
I have a
So-
question before we go into this.
Yeah.
Story. One of the things that I was telling you guys earlier about. Do you guys know what you're supposed to do if you see a bear? Like, you're supposed to play dead, right?
Depends on
Well-
the kind of bear.
All right.
I don't know which is which,
Do you know?
but I know that there's certain kinds of bears that you can stand a better chance by making yourself big, and there's other kind of bears that you can stand a chance by your better chances by curling up into a fetal position and hoping they don't get to your organs.
Do you know what the reason is why you play dead?
Play dead?
Yeah, it's so that you get used to what's about to happen to you in a minute.
Was that a joke? Oh shit, Miggy.
Is that just a pun on you dying anyways?
Consider this one
Yeah.
thing as well. You're not alone if you're schizophrenic.
Yeah, that's a fact. You're never alone if you're schizophrenic.
All
Yeah.
right, now back to
Badoom.
this.
Where's our badoom? The little sign that blinks. Laugh, clap.
No, I need a laugh track. So you want to talk about this?
So yeah, let's talk about this. So guys, Trevor Bauer and this lady named Lindsay Hill. So while you're there, Miggy, Google Trevor Bauer video after the gag order was released.
After what?
After gag order. So Trevor Bauer was a Dodgers pitcher. As this lady Lindsay Hill, with that one, that go back up, that video.
I remember YouTube videos.
Huh?
Remember, we can't show the YouTube videos. We're gonna show YouTube videos.
Oh shit. Yeah, we can't do that because we're not on Rumble. If we're on Rumble, all
talk
right.
about
No,
it.
I'm just gonna talk about it. So, Trevor Bauer, Dodgers pitcher, was accused of rape by Lindsay Hill. Right? Lindsay Hill took him to court, and during this entire time, there was. So he's been playing in Japan now, because no other team will touch him. Right?
Oh, so that was that guy. Okay.
Yeah. So he's playing in Japan right now. No other team would touch him. And then he pretty much came out and countersued this Lindsay Hill girl for defamation. And Lindsay Hill girl's lawyer team was like, oh, he's being a bully and he's representing Dodgers team. So putting the team on a chopping block as well. So during this time, he's playing Major League
I
in
don't
Japan.
understand. How the fuck are they linking? He doesn't even play for them. How is he representing them when it comes to this situation?
Well, this is the case. So apparently, there was a gag order, which means that you cannot talk about the case, no matter what. So he couldn't come out and defend himself. So his whole thing was, the reason he was suing this girl is because he's saying, I never did it. So the girl was suing him by saying, he choked me and beat me up, right? Like pretty much rough sex, choked me. And there are pictures of her, black and blue eyes, whatever, you know.
So what you're saying is you said slut me out.
Yeah.
Slut.
So, apparently the defense team for the girl have been hiding evidence in a case. So the case was just settled, which means the judge pretty much said that there was no case. She had zero case. That didn't happen, right? He ended up spending a lot more money and countersued her. And he goes in an interview and saying, like, I understand I spent a lot more money than she'll ever be able to pay me. Apparently, there are some text messages that surfaced, her talking to her friend. And the text message goes something like this. Hey, I'm going to go to his house. What do you think I should steal? And the friend goes, steal things? No, you should take his money. And then they're like, well, how am I going to do that? He goes, I don't know. I'm going to need to ask daddy to choke me, maybe. And like these text messages going back and forth with her friend on like kind of like trying to figure out how to get money out of this guy. So she gets there, and then the next morning after she sleeps with him, she takes a video of herself and him sleeping. And in her video, her face is like normal, there's nothing. And then within seconds, she leaves his house without any marks or anything on her face or anything like that, because there's geolocation apparently. So the defense team was holding that evidence back from the prosecution, whatever, was holding that evidence back from Trevor's team. So they finally came out and said there's nothing there. But this whole thing is a classical case of, I don't want to say Me Too, but kind of like a Me Too, where, believe her before you believe him type of deal. And he gets accused, kind of like Johnny Depp situation, kind of like. So more and more of these cases starting to show up. To me, that's fucking alarming. Like Andrew Tate case is similar. When they're conspiring against him. These girls are conspiring.
Well, it hasn't been 100% proven to be similar, but in a sense, yes and no. But though, and I don't find it alarming because humans take advantage of any situation, bad or good.
Yeah, but see, the thing is, we immediately jump on believing that this happened. And now the guy, a Dodgers pitcher, loses his job. And now he has to play in Japan because of this girl accusing him. Falsely.
I get what you're saying.
At that. He literally lost his livelihood and possibly his money. He possibly will never be hired by another baseball team here because of the negative connotation that could be tied to him that he wasn't a case. Because majority of people don't go as far as us and try to figure out what's going on. You know what I mean?
I mean, who knows? Johnny Depp got an offer back from Disney after all the shit went away. So who knows where he'll end up.
Yeah, but then Johnny Depp, that was a televised case. His case wasn't televised. Johnny
Miguel
Depp
knew about it. You said this thing.
But he knew that he was playing in Japan because of the grape, right? But he didn't know the rest.
He's still a celebrity. People still knew about it.
I was on CNN today, so I kind of saw a few headlines.
Got you.
I didn't read into this particular scenario though.
Yeah. So my thing is, it's same thing is happening. What's his name? The Branson guy. The comedian, Australian comedian. Oh no, Australian.
Was it?
Branson.
Duncan Russell or Duncan Trussell.
Russell Brand. Russell Brand. Russell Brand. Same thing is probably happening to him. Same thing happened to Andrew Tate and his brother.
He's been with that for a really long time though.
Huh?
He's what's his name again? Russell
Brand.
Russell Brand. Yeah, he's been dealing with that for quite a while though.
Well, there's new accusations came out.
These type of allegations.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is he's had a history of this already happening to him, and they've been dismissed before.
Yeah. So to me, this is crazy where these women are taking advantage of. Now, what this is doing, this is actually shedding a bad light on the cases that do happen.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So these women are trying to make money. They're like trying to win the lottery by sleeping with a famous guy.
Because you want to be able to out of it. When a woman comes forward and says something like that, you want to be able to just say, okay, you're gonna feel bad for this person. I want to believe you. And so when someone comes in and talks shit and lies, and then I get what you're saying, kind of fuck up the whole connotation for everyone else in the sense of like now when the next person comes forward, they might be a little more iffy on them crying wolf, and if that thing is true, You kind of saying it might fuck it up for them.
Well, not only that, her team, her lawyers or whatever, told TMZ to release the photos. So they literally just fueled this case by giving all this information to the mainstream media, and mainstream media used this to basically blast him on internet for
No, we're waiting. Don't worry.
blast him on internet for this that thing that didn't happen. So I don't know what you guys think about that. To me, that's fucked up. That like she needs to get she needs some sort of repercussion. She needs to put.
Well, he's gonna sue her for defamation, right? So.
Well, that's fine, but I think she should go to jail for this.
Really?
She should be made example of. She should go to jail for falsely.
You saying she should go to jail for defamation? I don't know.
Yes, she should, because she ruined someone's life.
Okay.
You're literally ruining someone's life.
I understand your argument. I don't know if I necessarily agree with it, but
I don't know, man. I think she should. She should, there should be some sort of a repercussion. Even if there's even if he sues her, even if he wins the case, if she doesn't have the money, what is he gonna get out of her? Nothing.
I mean, that's true.
Nothing. She needs to feel the consequence of her actions. There has to be some sort of accountability behind her actions. Whether it's jail time, whether it's whatever it is.
So I saw this today because I was looking at my credit score, and I thought it was interesting because I was a little surprised on the graph here that FICO was giving me through TransUnion and stuff. So
So there's a couple of them, right? There's TransUnion.
Yeah. So this is specifically your FICO score through TransUnion is what they're giving you, basically. So basically, I'll start off on the one that I'm least surprised of, or in a sense, I thought actually might have been more people, but so 16% of people have a credit score between 300 and 579.
Damn, that's a lot of people with shit ass credit score. But that could also include probably like younger people that are just starting to get credit,
right?
And I can see that. I can see that being a little bit skewed. Just if you
so then you have 17%, 580 to 669. 580 to 669.
Okay.
Which is like not a middle ground. It's still a really low credit score.
Yeah, because we're at a total of a 32, 33% right now. What? Between the two credit scores.
Right, exactly. Yeah. We're at a 33. 33, right? 21% is 670 to 739.
21 is 670 to 731.
Yeah, so the percentage.
That's good credit.
Yeah, this is exactly. This is now you're getting into the range of where you could say, "Oh, I have good credit," because you're above a 650, 660 into the 700 range. Now, this is what surprised me: the highest percentage margin is covered by the 740 to 799 range.
I can see that.
The majority of people with credit are in that range, 26%.
Oh, I mean, it's still only what quarter of United States.
Comparative to all the other ranges, I was pretty surprised. Then 20% of people have 800 to 850. So you're telling me that almost half of the people with credit
have good or excellent
credit. I was surprised by that because of the amount of people I've done
credit checks
for working at Best Buy with shitty fucking credit, including old people, which surprised the shit out of me. I saw this and I was like, God damn, half of the people that are utilizing credit have good credit. I was very surprised by that. I thought it would be worse.
Because that makes sense.
Why do you think that makes sense? Tell me.
Because
fill me in something I don't know.
So let's say if I'm buying an high price item. Right? And let's say I'm at Best Buy buying a high price item. Best Buy credit card has existed for years now. I've most likely gone to Best Buy and I already have their card by now. And all I'm doing is saying, a lot of people put it on my account.
A lot of people we would sell it to, it was a good majority of them that would say, I had one in the past. I don't know if I still have it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that did that.
Yeah.
Has it been over a year and you haven't used it?
Then it closed.
Well, I have news for you. I can sign you up for another one. You can take advantage of these deals.
So my first Best Buy credit account was a Best Buy store credit. And then what they did, because of my credit score, they gave me an actual card with a logo that I could use anywhere.
You're not special, bro. They send that to somebody who has a fucking 600 credit score.
They do?
560.
They do send that. So anyway, the point is that I still
know
have
what?
that card.
Listen to this.
Well, I had
Nowadays,
that card.
it's not about what they send you. You have the option. When you're filling out the stuff and you apply for the card,
Yeah.
they ask you which one you want to apply for. So there's one that's only for Best Buy use. It's still tied through Citibank and all the stuff, but you can only use it in the Best Buy store. And then there's an actual Visa card that they'll give you. You can use anywhere. Mm-hmm. And it's literally you just pick. It's kind of just like so you can pick and limit yourself to not using this card only here. You know what I mean? Yeah, I've seen people with a 560, old ass woman with a 560, and she was like, "I don't think I'm gonna get it." And my manager, this fucking guy, he literally asked her like, "Oh, what's your credit score? It's okay. Like, yeah, I'll be able to tell you." And she said it, and in my head, I was so like when she said 560 something, I was like, really fucking so ready to bleep out like, "Oh, I'm sorry, ma'am. I wouldn't."
Yeah.
He instantly jumped on. He was like, "Oh, I've seen people get accepted with that," and she did. I was really surprised. She got over $2,000 with a 560.
Mm.
Dude, it almost brought you a rush when you were trying to apply somebody for a credit card and you knew that their credit score was really low, like a 640, 600.
Yeah.
Because then it felt like you're getting a gambling, like an addiction rush. Like you're seeing that roulette spin to see if they actually get the card.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a
What,
rush.
what I'm trying to say with a high credit, people with high credit, they already probably have that card, and what they're doing, they're like, yeah, just throw it on a 0% financing. I already have the account.
Yeah.
Or
like-
sometimes it sounded better for them if you gave them that money, man. That rewards.
Yeah, because most people, like, for example, if someone that was ready to come in and is ready to has the cash in hand,
Yeah.
well, I'm going to buy this, and you let them know, hey, if you apply for a credit card, you can do 12 months no interest financing. Oh, no, I don't need finance. I'm ready to pay cash. Okay, you're ready to pay cash? Then you can still do the card, and you have the option of the 12 months financing or getting 10% in cash back. Or what was
Yeah.
it, 10 or 5%?
It's 10% on your first purchase.
10% on your first purchase, right?
Yeah.
It's a
Those
pretty big
10%
chunk
never.
for the customers that do have the money in hand.
Exactly. Like you're coming in to spend $2,000 on a MacBook or
Yeah, it's
like
$200
a computer. That's $200 you get back in your pocket to buy your
Choose whatever
keyboard and
the fuck
mouse.
you want,
I don't
yeah.
know, whatever the fuck you want
Yeah.
to buy.
Yeah, but anytime now, like I have pretty decent credit score. Anytime now I go buy something, I just like put it on my card,
Right.
on my actual card, and then I just pay it off at the end of the month.
Yeah.
So there's no need for me to, you know,
I get what you're saying.
yeah. But anyway, so
You guys want to take a shot?
Oh, fuck it. Let's do it.
Saludos, my friend.
Woo. Cheers.
cheers, guys, for a great pot on Sunday.
Woo. Casamigos.
One and done for me.
Yeah, man. Woo.
So,
I'm done. That's it. We just take one shot. That's all I wanted.
Fireball.
whew. So yeah, so that's what we had so far. I have a bunch of news articles that came out. Oh, another thing that came up today.
Talk to me.
So apparently, LeBron's wife has been accused of being part of a ring that got PEDs, performance enhancing drugs. LeBron's wife. Now there's a question whether LeBron is taking PEDs.
Uh-huh.
If you think about it, I think this happened to Peyton Manning when he injured his neck, like his vertebrae were all
They're
fucked
allowed
up.
to take things for a certain amount
Well,
of time.
they're not, because as a normal person, doctor will prescribe you this steroid because it helps the healing.
No, if it's for an injury and it's approved by the league, they'll allow you to take
Well,
stuff for
that's the whole thing. Apparently, there was a talk that he got these PEDs, Peyton Manning, through his wife.
it. Okay.
So wife was prescribed this, but it was done like
Under the table in a sense.
under the table. Hey, wife gets it, but then who uses it is Peyton Manning. So they're thinking the same thing is happening right now with LeBron, even though he does not have the injuries, but they're thinking that because LeBron is coming off to that age where he might be taking PEDs
Bro.
to stay up.
If
No.
you ask me, unless these guys have like unless the sport, even with USADA, there's a way to get past it, right?
Yeah.
But
Well, who's his name? They just tweeted that 20,000 you can pass.
yeah,
USADA.
Cheeto Vera.
There
He
we
was
go.
on Bradley Martin's Raw Talk, and he said, "Man, you pass any of those tests, $20,000."
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, $20,000. You get yourself a good enough doctor, and he'll help you never get caught." Basically. Anyways, I think that when it comes to PEDs, that's like wrestling not being fake in the 70s. They all knew it, But when they all come and ask, no man, I don't do none of that. I don't do none of
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, especially in bodybuilding. In bodybuilding, you're not supposed to do steroids.
Mm-hmm.
These motherfuckers are on cycles, and everybody knows this.
Exactly. So I think it's one of those things and nowadays it's like the same thing with like wrestling not being scripted. There's not, you know what I mean? Like slowly starting to come out. There's like, for example, jujitsu guys very open about their PEDs and stuff like that. This is slowly starting to become a thing where everyone's okay with it.
You have to be a very special type of man to be able to do this, though. Like, you know, there's going to be side effects to this shit.
Well, here's the deal with
the thing
with
is
LeBron.
if you get it
LeBron
done correctly with a doctor and you're constantly getting the blood test like a doctor will tell you to get, it can be very, very, very healthy, actually.
Yeah. So LeBron, PEDs or not, LeBron is one of the best basketball players. PEDs or not, like, there's not a lot of people that can.
He's a freak of nature.
Yeah, that can be at his level. As a matter of fact, I have an article that actually follows this basketball.
You think that without PEDs, he'd be playing as good as he's playing? How old he is now? No.
Yeah.
That man probably spends over $1 million on his body a year.
Oh no, he does.
Well,
it's come out that he spends.
I watched what's his name, Tom Brady talk on PBD's podcast, and Tom Brady said that in his 30s, he got this special doctor that apparently got him the diet, the exercises he needs, like he quit eating tomatoes, things that are inflammatory and things like that. In his 30s, he played better than he was playing in his 20s because of changing his diet, because of getting different type of sleep, because of doing different type of, not necessarily, I hate to say body hacking because it's not really body hacking. It's like you're using something for its intended purpose of like bettering. So he was saying that,
You mean biohacking?
Yeah. But he said that he did very well and he did better by just adjusting that stuff.
I don't know if it's Peyton Manning or Tom Brady. One of those guys, they don't eat strawberries. You know why? Because if you take a thing of strawberries and you put it in a container, fill it up with water.
Yeah, I think it's Tom Brady.
If you fill it up with
he talks
water,
about this,
and leave it there,
pesticides
right?
come out in the
and
water.
you take the strawberries out, you could use that water as pesticide for your plants because it's so saturated pesticide from those strawberries that you could use that water just from soaking the strawberries in that water as pesticide for your plants at home.
Yeah. I think it's Tom Brady.
I think it's one of those two.
But anyway, so what I'm
I don't
trying
care. I love strawberries.
What I'm trying to say, these guys, I mean, they have the money. They can, they can adjust their own diet and nutrition and everything what they need to get that peak performance, right? And the other day I read an article that I think it was Norwegian scientists or somebody else found that the cap on human life is 115 years. Like that's the max.
50?
115.
15?
15.
Okay.
115 so far. So anyway, hey, if you go to Discord right there, there's an article with Michael Jordan.
Or you do it. This mouse, I think, is dying.
All right.
There's an article with Michael Jordan there, and I think it just fits really well with the LeBron James thing we had. But yeah, so in any case, whether he does PEDs or doesn't do PEDs,
Why you pull that up? Say what you're saying, but I have something else.
Yeah, so either way, whether he does PEDs or he doesn't do PEDs, to me that's just like, this man is trying to play, he's trying to play the game, you know what I mean? It's going to be one of those, see in between, there are two links in between the Rolex. No, go down.
After the Rolex, the link after the Rolex.
There are two links right after the Rolex.
Not the picture. No, go up. Right there, yep. No, that, yep.
Yeah, there you go.
So before we start talking about this, or actually, fuck it, we'll talk about that later. Never mind. Go ahead.
All right, so Michael Jordan, he's one of the Forbes 400 richest people, and guess what's his net worth right now? He's the first person, my understanding, first for a professional athlete. What's his net worth right now, guys?
They already see it.
Huh?
400 richest, $3 billion.
Yep, $3 billion is his net worth.
Whoa, I was not gonna guess that. I was gonna go for maybe 800 billion, 900 billion. I did not know he was a billionaire.
He's still getting the Nike money. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, there is no other shoe that's sold better than Jordan. I think, literally.
Yeah, I mean he. So
well, sorry, like sports sponsored shoe. Like no other player has sold as many shoes as him.
Yeah, a lot of people like to say that he's not necessarily the best basketball player. Now, I'm not big into basketball. Now, do not take this as betting advice or anything like that. In my opinion, Michael Jordan is and will be he's literally the best basketball player out there. No one is like him, even though he did play for Chicago Bulls, who had basically a dream team, right? Scottie Pippen, Steve Kerr, Rodman, all them guys were one of the best, and they all played for Dream Team at one point in time. But he is the best basketball player out there, and a lot of people compare Kobe and saying that Kobe is better, and then compare LeBron and they're saying LeBron is better. I don't think so. I think Michael Jordan was it. But besides all that, he's a big gambler, and a lot of people know it, especially when he comes down here. He doesn't gamble by like small. His hands are like millions of dollars. He's a huge gambler. Although, and on top of that, he's a very good businessman, right? I would put Shaq
He does
as a
pretty
second.
good with gambling as well, right?
I don't know. I don't know if he does good with gambling or not. I know he loves to gamble. And I know Shaq
when
is...
you gamble
is
big, sometimes you win big, right?
Yep.
And I know the Shaq is second close to him as far as making money. You know, Shaq
Oh,
wasn't
yeah.
an idiot.
When it comes to making money,
Yeah.
Shaq.
Now,
is
Shaq
up there.
might surpass him. Shaq is a bit younger, I think, than Jordan. And he's still got a lot of time ahead of him. But let's see. So, yeah. So
You know what
this one-
Shaq's shoe size is?
I don't know what his shoe size is, but I know he sells shoes
Yes.
to Walmart.
Like an 18.
It's a 22.
22. That's I hate to say this, but that's a...
It's big.
I don't want to say it. I don't want to say it. We're
Did y'all
gonna
see the
get banned
UFC
for this.
wrestler that tried to pick him
400.
up?
Hmm?
There was the Chinese woman champion who tried picking Shaq up, and the headline was she picked him up. I don't think she really did much though. She just kind of.
I know
Light.
Zhang Wei Li, the girl who fought a little bit ago
Yeah.
against
Yeah.
what's her name? Who'd she fight?
I think it might have been her.
She fought Jessica Andrade, wasn't it? Fuck, I forgot who she fought. Anyway, she fought a little bit ago. The Asian girl.
Yeah,
She
knocked
picked up
her ass
Ngannou.
out.
She saw Ngannou the other day, crotch lifted him.
Yeah.
That's what she did with Shaq, but she didn't really pick him up.
Oh, she definitely picked up Ngannou.
I mean, Shaq is 300 pounds, something like that.
And he's
So-
so awkward to fucking just.
seven.
his
He's
legs
like
big.
7'1".
Yeah, he's
fucking
7'1".
huge.
Yeah,
That's
so
great.
but yeah, that's what we got.
I think
Alright.
I think when she tried picking Shaq up, Shaq might have hit her with his dick a little bit.
It's like plop,
Yeah.
plop right on top of the head.
Before we move on to our next thing, we were just talking about PEDs and being healthy, I guess, if you want to call those things that they go together. But shout out Vitality. Shout out
Yes.
Vitality Recovery Wellness Center.
Where you can get tested for your test. As a man, you should get tested for your testosterone levels to see where it is, where they will optimize it for you. Get you to the optimized level. Not only that, but there's other things like NADs and then bunch of biohacking. Bunch of things. You can be just like Tom Brady. Don't eat strawberries. But you can be just as good of a, well, no, maybe not as good of a football player. But you can be just as good.
You can be healthy.
You can be healthy, yeah. Just as good with your health. That's what I
Go
meant.
check out Vitality. They are located on Park Street and 54th.
Yes, but then there's a second one that's opening up, which is going to be on 4th Street
And
and
22nd, right?
22nd North.
Yes.
Right, so
4th
the
Street,
second
22nd
location is
North
opening
will
up. I
be
went
the
there, I
new one.
checked it out. The place is nice, super
I haven't
nice.
seen it yet.
Yeah, it's
Gotta go
super,
over there.
super legit. Yeah.
Shout out Ozzy too. Shout out Ozzy. He just gave me a PlayStation that I was able to start enjoying today. That was really cool. Shout out your brother. He fixed that shit for me.
Yeah, it's your brother-in-law. Y'all got whatever got going on there.
Oh shit, yeah. So that actually brings me to my next topic because I was started playing this game called Ghost of Tsushima, which is a samurai game,
Yeah.
which I've been waiting to play for a really long
It's
time.
a really good game. Yeah, I've seen the previews.
It's really, really good. And you know, I had done research about samurais in the past, and I was gonna talk about it on the pod, but I never brought it up or whatever.
Yeah.
But I remember this from the other day, and I want to see if you guys think this shit is true or not, because I call a little bit of bullshit. According to Wikipedia, they say that samurai would sometimes test the sharpness of their blade by beheading peasant bypassers.
That's some badass shit.
Like, you're passing through my village, not someone of money or status. We gotta test this blade. Yeah, we're gonna test this blade and we're gonna see how it does.
I think they were just a fucking psychopath. And they were just a psychopath.
Happened
like,
to be a samurai at the same time.
happened to be a samurai at the same time, and they're like,
He
you know
did
what?
this-
I'm gonna use
He
this
did this
excuse.
enough to make it a known thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna make this shit an excuse of beheading someone.
Yeah.
Like, you know, they didn't go fight enough for
Yeah.
that month,
Yeah.
so he didn't get his fill of blood and shit on his face and guts. So he would just like, you know what? I got the itch. Get his,
It
like
is
emotional
satisfying.
release.
It is. I will say.
But wait,
very
pause. What are we talking about
What are
here?
you, Sean Strickland?
It's
Yeah.
very
What the fuck is going on here,
satisfying
Miggy?
When you cut something and it just smoothly cuts. I'm not saying it was right. You just slice somebody's head off to see if it was sharp. But
That's not gonna
I've
be a
used a
smooth
box
cut.
cutter before on like rat paper. It's satisfying, man.
Yeah.
He finds ASMR in the cutting.
Yeah.
things.
Hey, Mickey.
And,
start rolling a blade through the microphone.
The blade going through that.
And then, do you guys know the whole idea of being a Ronin? You know what that is?
Yeah, that's being
Lone
a samurai without a
lord.
without somebody that you serve.
Exactly. And don't you find that so crazy that it's like you're something that is so you're idolized almost as being a samurai, right? A warrior. But then the moment you lose the person that leads you, you're an outsider.
Yeah.
You're an outsider.
Yeah, you're a dog without a
You're- I feel like I watched have you seen that 47
Master.
Ronin movie?
yeah.
Right.
Hmm?
Like that. You remember when the guy died, right? They he made him commit seppuku,
Seppuku, yeah, suicide.
right? For because they cursed him into attacking the dude when he
Yeah.
was sleeping. And the moment that happened, the moment he died, they had so much honor for that guy, even though he was committed a crime and they were gonna make him kill himself. They still had so much honor until the moment he died, and they had so much honor for his people until the moment he died. So the moment he died, they were all like, "You guys are all banished.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out. You see
Yeah.
you here, you die."
Yeah.
And it's crazy. Like I said, they idolized them until the moment their leader's gone. You were
Yeah.
something until the person you followed was gone.
Isn't it kind of the same thing nowadays with just modern militaries? If your country falls, what are you?
I mean, yeah, but then that's why you have insurgents, right? Right,
You just
insurgency
become-
always
you just
out
become
there.
a militia looking for a coup. at
See,
that
this is
point,
this
no?
Yeah.
is the thing, right? There's always nowadays you would have the ideology of there's always another leader to look for.
Yeah,
There's always another leader to look for.
that's why there's
Back
a
then,
chain
they
of
didn't-
command.
They didn't think
you know?
of it like that.
Yeah, that samurai only was like they would only.
That's what you were
my
meant to
understanding-
do, and you were never gonna be that lord, more than likely.
Ye-
You were meant to be a samurai, and this is what you did. And then the moment your lord's gone, you're a
because
Ronin.
you served only that one guy, and it doesn't matter who's above him. He's the guy. If the guy says go kill the guy above me, you go in and killing the guy above you.
Yeah, they still had that feudalistic approach to life. Back
Exactly.
In samurai days, they still had the classes. You were still a peasant in some kind of way.
Or servant, or like
you were a
that,
servant of some kind, unless
That's-
you're at the top.
that pyramid that shows like status back then. I don't know if you guys saw that, Miggy, when we were growing up, and like
Yeah, almost like a caste system.
This
yeah, right. That's that exactly.
This
exactly.
Herbalife pyramid.
No, and it showed you
Herbalife
exactly
pyramid.
going from the top, like the what was it
You have the
called?
warlord, then you have the like the people around him, and then you have the
What's the name?
servants, and then you have the knights.
Exactly, right. You have a pyramid
It's a
that
feudal
shows
system.
exactly like the feudal system from top to bottom. The guy at the top, and as it goes down, and it kind of gives you a visual representation showing that as you go down the pyramid, there's more and more of these people, and as you go up, there's less and less of people in power until one dude. Kind of like it shows here, the king. Then you have the peasants, and then knights, and then the peasants as well.
This
So
is
the
a complicated one because it shows.
but like a better was like kings to the lords to the knights to the
Kings,
peasants.
nobles, knights, and vassals, and then you got merchants, farmers, craftsmen, and then at the bottom, peasants.
What's a serf?
Uh,
Was it a
What
whore?
is a
Was that a
serf?
Was that a whore back in the day?
what is a serf?
You worked in the whorehouse.
Peasant farmers.
Oh,
Without
okay.
pay for a lord. In exchange, they got to live and work in the lord's manor.
Oh,
Oh.
slaves.
Yes.
Yeah, slaves.
Slaves.
So they weren't even peasants.
Yeah.
So the serfs are just slaves.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, are they really slaves? They're just kind of their own at their own volition, right? Working and living there. I mean, they wish they could have a land, but they don't, so they have to like resort to doing that.
Yo, feudalism times were crazy, man.
Feudalism
Everything was crazy about those times.
Well, see this, and that's my gripe, right? Like you have feudalism, you have anarchy, you have all this shit that history has had, and we live in like the fucking most peaceful time planet Earth has ever fucking seen. But yet somehow we try to fucking figure out all these problems out of nowhere. And I don't know. This is my just opinion.
You know what's crazy? Like thinking about the exact thing, like the pyramid. More than likely, we would all been peasants, right?
Yeah.
By
the chance of us,
the odds, we would have all been
yeah.
peasants.
Because back in the day, there was no
lived
fucking
to probably 19 years old.
Yeah, the whole Robin Hood thing, that was a story. There was no such thing as pulling yourself up from the fucking bootstraps. There was no such thing. Unless you as a peasant created a coup and then somehow fucking succeeded in killing the king's army and then became somebody, right? Even then,
and
what's
then
his
you
Spartacus?
always have to worry about someone else doing the same thing to you.
Yeah, the Spartacus, who was a slave, right? Basically a gladiator slave. That's how the story goes. He eventually was fucking killed. You know what I mean? They slaughtered him. Like, he won a couple of battles, but then they slaughtered his ass. You know, Romans did. So,
what's another thing? You know, I asked this question the other day. Let's see if we can all find another answer. What's another thing you guys take for granted? So let's show some gratitude here.
For granted?
Yeah.
Internet. Did we say that already? I think we said that.
But there you go. That's one for you.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm grateful for being here, dog.
I like that. That's good. That's good enough. Lights.
Lights, electricity?
Yeah, no, but not necessarily electricity, but just lights. Just lights. In the sense that, imagine the amount of, think of the productivity and the amount of work as a human you can get done due to the lights.
With incandescent lights?
Yeah, because you would only have such a limited time during the day because sunlight is available. What the fuck are you going to do? You can't light a fire in this bitch to start working in here. I mean, you could do candles.
Yeah.
You could do candles, but
outside even like nighttime, people can work like on roads and shit now because if they have like good lighting equipment.
There you go. You got like, what are you gonna fucking rely on? The fucking being a clear sky and the moon bright as shit? No, you can't. You can't work.
That won't work.
You can't work. Yeah.
No. Yeah.
Lights. There you go.
I'm just happy we could fucking travel. Like I could sit in the plane from here and be fucking in Australia.
Sunday,
yeah,
right?
20. Like, yeah. He actually mentioned that. Yeah. That's something.
As if we wanted to go to Colombia.
Literally, we could go to Colombia like tomorrow morning.
Yeah, but we want to go to Colombia back in 1698. We'd probably die.
Yeah, 1698. Yeah,
we'd probably die.
Yeah,
You'd
fucking
probably just die.
Indians is skinning your head, like they're taking your scalp. And they are. It's either that or you're fucking dying in the Caribbean somewhere.
You die everywhere.
Or you
would die anywhere on that trip. You would die 20 miles from here on that trip before you even got out of the state.
A slave ship would probably pick you up in the Caribbean and you would be a slave in some fucking island at that point.
Maybe you'd be right fine. They'd be like, "You're my long lost European cousin."
No, they'll look at me.
They
look at me. They say, "Center block J, you good to fucking plow fields. We don't have horses, so you can be the horse and pull that little thing." You know what I mean?
Oh, so another slave.
Yeah, I'd be slave too. Shit. But I'd be trying to organize a coup. Like the first thing I would do, I would just get in there and then try to like fucking elbows and fingers and shit, trying to organize all these slaves together and just like fuck some shit up.
So if I was let's do this. Imagine I am a slave.
Yeah.
And you just got to my camp and this is back then, right? Let's say before the 1700s,
Yeah.
before late 1700s, Florida's still occupied by Spain.
Mm-hmm.
You just got to my camp. You're trying to convince me to join you. I'm the first one, though. I'm the first one. You don't got no one else.
Oh, you the first one?
What would you do to convince me?
I would be like, all right, so here's the deal. You're going to die, no matter when.
Fuck you! Bye. I don't want to hear this idea.
But you're gonna die. You're gonna die. You're either gonna die fighting for something, or you're gonna die out here begging for your fucking food, hoping nobody gonna fucking hit you and lash you, hoping like you're gonna have an easier day on a fucking farm, which you probably won't. So you're gonna die slowly, and you're gonna deteriorate mentally and physically until one day you're gonna die, and they're never going to free you. Because if that was an option, you would already be free. So here's an option for you. You can either fight and die by not winning, but at least now your life is in your own fucking hands, or die when somebody decides it's time for them to fucking kill you. So what you want to do? Yeah,
See, but the thing
what
is,
you want to
Jay,
do? You continue to do what you want
I
to
get
do.
what you're saying. I get what you're saying. You're approaching me with the whole ideology of, do you want to die on your time or you want to die on their time?
Yeah.
See, but when you put me on my time, that makes it tomorrow. On their time, maybe a few months.
Yeah, you're correct. Maybe a few months, but in those few months, what are you gonna do? Beg for a piece of bread and a glass of water?
Yeah.
Is that what you're gonna do? Is that what
And
you
know
want
what
for
you're
your
gonna
life?
do in the next 24 hours?
Huh?
Get a fucking arrow through your chest.
That's okay. That's okay. I'd rather get a fucking arrow
He's a
through my
man.
chest than no. It's not a man.
He
It's
was a
like
great warrior until he got hit with an arrow
This is
to
the
the
best
knee.
start. This is the best for that commercial. Be a man.
no, yeah. Be a man, fuck some shit up. or they're the terrible advice ones, right? Like that guy goes, be a man. Yeah. But
He did the BetterHelp ad. That shit was funny as fuck. You guys see that?
no.
He's like, you feeling sad? It's alright. Don't tell nobody. Be a man.
Miggy, if you could pull chat back up for me here.
But what I'm trying to tell you, think about it, like logically. Like that type of a life,
Thank
the
you.
slavery life is so fucking miserable. You being shackled, you being constantly taken like advantage of, you being constantly laughed at, you being constantly mistreated. I would rather fucking die. I would rather die fighting for my freedom than fucking be a slave. Like that's what I would rather do. But that's why I would never make it to slaves, because I would have died on my fucking home continent. You know what I mean? I'd have been lone, fucking fucked up.
You would have never made it to my camp.
Nah. I would have never
You
made
would
it
have
there.
died on the first fuck you, bitch. Nyink.
Yeah.
Right there.
I'd have tried to fucking create a coup on a boat. There would be so many opportunities for me to die.
But would you be
on
the
that
defiant?
road?
Would you be a defiant slave? Like, would you talk back and shit? Would you be mouthy, or would you try and be quiet and like so they don't pay attention?
No,
to you?
yeah, I'd be trying to be quiet. Like so do you know how they developed capoeira?
I know it's like they call
So
it
the
like dancing almost, right?
Yeah, the
It's the way they kinda
slaves
move
in
around.
Brazil wanted to practice martial arts.
Okay.
But they were also cutting the cane, sugar cane, and things like that. So they had knives and shit, right? So they created a dance. That was a fighting style. They made a dance out of it. So the masters don't think that they're actually learning how to fight. But the entire time they were using that as a dance, but in reality they were like teaching themselves how to fight.
Okay.
So that's how capoeira was created. It was a designed martial art by slaves, for slaves,
To be disguised as a dance.
to be disguised as a dance.
That's pretty cool. I didn't know that's where it came from.
I think that's the story. of
I did
capoeira.
see some guy trying to pull off some capoeira in an MMA fight. Did not go very well.
No, it doesn't, bro. Capoeira, like Eddie from Street Fighter was really good character. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Eddie from Street Fighter, he was a good character, but he's my favorite because he did all kinds of crazy shit. Capoeira is very impressive. And as a matter of fact, capoeira has one of the strongest kicks they've done. You know how they measure the kicks and punches?
Yeah, because of the momentum you can build up.
Momentum and the body weight that goes into the
Yeah.
kick, right? But to execute that fucking kick,
It's so telegraphed. I
Yeah.
see it from a half a mile coming away.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where it's just like you have to be extremely precise on setting something up to where you can pull it off. You know what I mean? Like it's
And
such
not
a
only that-
long like for example, for them to pull off a kick, it takes, let's say, I don't know, when someone punches, it probably takes 0.1 of a second. It's a blink of an eye.
your
right?
opponent needs to
Like,
be
that
stunned.
Kick can take up to 2 seconds of a sequence. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah, your opponent needs to be stunned, and at the same time, you have to be within a sequence, and that kick has to be added to the sequence of you kind of like finish him. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Oh,
So like,
shit.
it is one of those things where it's like, is it impressive? Yes. Is it is it that like, because I've seen the actual capoeira fight. When capoeira fighters fight, they don't do any of the fucking dance anymore. The entire dance stops. Now they're just punching and kicking each other. Except they're punching and kicking each other the capoeira style. There's a lot of fucking spinning around, but there's none of that dance movement anymore. It's just they just come into a hold and start just fucking each other up, like it's regular stand up fighting. That movement, the back and forth movement disappears. Gotcha. So
that's weird. And I saw that guy trying to actually fight, like in an MMA fight. He was like fighting a normal dude. He was doing all that shit. I guess he was trying to show off so he could actually pull that off.
Randy said Jay wouldn't be a slave; he would be an overseer. Thanks, Randy. Thanks in believing in me.
Do you think you think he'd be able to see over the guardrail on the tower? I don't know,
bruh. At that time, I would
have to give him a stool over there,
bruh. At that time, I would be the tallest dude in an encampment. I would be. At that time, I would be the tallest dude, bro.
We're gonna look
what you talking about?
We're gonna look up average height of an adult male in the 1700s.
Let's do 1600s, but we're talking about 1600s. Go a little bit lower.
No, we said early 1700s.
All right, fine. Do the fucking early 1700s. God damn it.
He knows. It's like somehow he just knows he's just lost the stat.
Nah.
Underseer, right? Yeah, underseer.
Good one. I like that. I like that.
Average height, adult male, 1700s.
Who'd you got?
It looks like 65 inches.
65 inches.
So that's gonna be 5 foot 5.
Yeah.
Right.
That's right there. Average height, dog.
Yeah, it'd be 5'5".
The underseer.
Well, 5'6" if you want to round up.
Just give it to him, man.
Because
give it to him.
65.75.
Give it.
Yeah, that's my height right there.
Give it to him.
How tall was the average man in the 1500s? 173 to 174 centimeters, which is the same average height of the 1700s too.
Yeah. Well, because you gotta.
When did our average height jump? What's average height now?
5'9".
Average height.
So average height has increased over the history.
5'9". Wow.
Yeah. Average height has increased, and average height is going to continue increasing at a more progressive rate, since more women like the 6 foot tall and up. You know what I mean?
Says you got a lot more.
Right. So they're gonna. It's like breeding the docile wolf. You know what I mean? Like they're gonna specifically breed with these people. Is what you're saying?
Yeah.
And so we're gonna get more of them.
Yeah. Well, they're gonna get fucked by those people. There's a big difference.
You just had to go. You just had to make it.
I mean, it is what it is. Let's just be honest. It's not derogatory. That's what they're getting. They're getting fucked.
The same shit. Just one is a little more.
No.
Volatile.
Mate is like when you're mating, you're acquiring a mate. With this one, they're not acquiring a mate. This one, they're acquiring a sperm donor. That's what they're acquiring. Somebody's gonna just smash him and leave him because that's what's gonna happen. I mean, it's just law of numbers, right? Like, it is what it is. Sorry, guys. I mean, hate to be the bearer of bad news.
Do you think a girl's liking of a tall guy correlates to doing well in the sense that this is just completely unrelated and makes no sense?
I love it. Give it to me.
But cities, they make like tall structures to signify that they're doing well, right? So New York built the Empire Building, Taipei, they built the Taipei Sky Tower, the Burj Khalifa.
Yeah.
Is this like an evolution type of deal? Even in fucking Egypt, where they build the big obelisks as well.
Being closer to the god, the whole idea of Babylon Tower and stuff.
We're doing good, so.
Yeah, I think they're like, if they can attract a taller dude, they feel good about themselves. As a matter of fact, they've done that. The taller salesmen are more successful than shorter salesmen. Taller CEOs are more successful than shorter CEOs. There are a lot more taller CEOs out there. A lot more company owners that are taller. They're considered. So I think for a girl, it just seems that she won the game. She genetic pool.
Lottery?
Yeah, but she doesn't realize that guy's fucking many other girls as well. It's just, it is what it is. I mean, it's just law of numbers. If our nature is to smash as much as we can, which is what our nature is.
Oh,
If there was a
brings me back
bus
to
of
a quick fact about the Middle Ages that I just read.
Yeah, if there was a bus full of Brazilian volleyball players that pulled up right now in front of this house and said, "Hey Miggy, hey Eddie, you are the type of guys that we want to be with the rest of our lives, and we
Are
do
you
not
talking about a male team or a female
female
team?
team,
All
female
right,
team,
now we're on the same page.
yeah, female team of volleyball players. They pulled up here and they said, "You are
What he
the
say?
yeah, exactly. You're the type of a guy I'm looking for. I don't care what you do in your life. You can smash as many girls as you want. We all want to sleep with you. What would you do? Say, you know what? I'm sorry, I got a girlfriend." You'd be like,
Jay?
"Hey, babe, I love you.
Jay?
You're my number one, but I'm smashing these bitches."
Jay, that's exactly what I just said, baby. Don't worry about none of them bitches.
Yeah, don't worry about none of them bitches. None of them bitches will get my heart. You're the only one that will have my heart. But we all sharing my dick. That's what we all doing.
You have my heart. You all share my dick.
Yeah.
It's wrong, babe. Don't worry. So I just found. Fuck
He
you.
said, "Cover my ass. Cover my ass."
I just found when we increased the average height in men by 7.3 centimeters, which is a decent amount.
Yeah.
It was from 1920 to 1970. It changed by that amount. So it wasn't until last 100 years that our height jumped up pretty drastic.
Yeah.
Average height.
Because the transportation has become more. That could be. I wonder why. I'm thinking maybe it's because of transport. Because the transportation became more accessible. Boats, planes. There were wars in between, which means people were shipped over back and forth. So there was a mix of nations and bloodlines. You know what I mean? Because people were traveling freer. Because they like a horse can travel 20 kilometers per day, and then they need.
But we
to
were
stop
still getting a
recuperate.
pretty decent amount of influx of people through boats on the coast. So
We have been, but then again, planes got involved now. Now you got cars that are getting involved slowly.
you know, the first commercial flight was St. Petersburg to Tampa, or St. Petersburg to Tampa to St. Petersburg.
No shit, that's cool.
Yeah. It was here that they did the first commercial flight from because there's a ferry that they had back and forth for the bay.
Yeah.
They found the better way. They found the faster way to do it, and here was the first place that they actually started selling commercial flights, in a sense, like selling tickets to people to go back and forth.
That's cool.
Let me give you guys this quick fact about the Middle Ages.
Give me
Sexual acts meant for pleasure and not for procreation were considered a sin, punishable by life in prison. So was any form of female domination over a man, meaning woman couldn't go on top. One saint, Francesca Romana, was forced into marriage, and she was so scared of experiencing pleasure, she burned her own genitals with hot fat to make sex as miserable as possible. So that shit was looking wonky down there.
So this bitch so crazy. She said in her brain, Sky Daddy doesn't want me to have pleasure when I fuck. So I'm gonna burn my coochie lips. So anytime I have sex, it's like Freddy Krueger's down there.
Yeah.
Dude, that must look insane.
What the fuck?
Yo.
Who would even fuck that bitch with her chicharron fucking coochie lips?
And now we have songs dedicated specifically to that. My coochie lips pink, my booty all brown.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
everybody's got that though.
I don't know, man. I mean, those times were fucking strange. You could those times you never.
And then she couldn't get on top. That's one of my favorites.
Because you don't have to work.
Well, it's still some work, but
I don't like the on top too much.
I like it.
Sometimes when I'm tired, I'm okay with that. But what's your favorite though?
Maybe that one.
That one?
Maybe.
Mine is from the back, but when they're laying down on their stomach, not like doggy, but they're completely on their stomach.
You know which one I heard the other day that was pretty funny? He said, Matt Rife, the comedian?
Yeah.
He said, I want her like doggy, but she on her side laying down. So I get ass, titties, full face, frontals, like on the side, you know what I mean? Gotta try that one out.
Yeah. I don't like that one too much because it usually, every time I've done it, it hurts them. So.
See, I like on top because it's full frontal. You get the titties. You reach around for the booty. You do your thing. You get to do your thing from there, and like you said, you get to rest sometimes. So,
Randy
always
says
nice to catch
shipping
a
got
break.
faster too. Freddie Cushy.
What?
Freddie Cushy.
I need chat. I need chat, Maggie. I need chat. Put me chat.
Randy cooking the day. Randy
Shipping
cooking
got
the
faster
day.
too. Freddie
Uh,
Cushy. Yeah.
Freddie
Fuck that.
Cushy, yeah.
Why would she like?
It sounds like a female rapper.
Freddie Cushy.
She's schizophrenic. She's schizophrenic.
Who that?
That bitch.
Who's?
She
which
said
one?
in her brain, like, I might have sex, and if I do it without having the purpose to have
Enjoy.
babies, right? Like, just in case I have that temptation, let me fry my coochie lips.
Well, then, but if you think,
Fucking bitch.
but the whole think about it, the reason they had like 9, 10, 11, 13 fucking kids or 15 kids is because they're just fucking the entire time. She get pregnant, they continue to fuck until she gives birth.
Right?
And then she give birth until her coochie recovers, and then they fucking again.
Miguel, you were in that classroom. Do you remember when Miss Kingsman called me stupid for saying that joke about when that some woman we were reading about had like 15 kids or some shit like that? And I was like, oh, esa mujer, esa familia no tenía televisión. Like that family didn't have a television.
I
No,
don't
they
know
didn't.
why, but I remember that.
Bro, and she goes, anyone who makes that comment is stupid or an idiot or something like that. Like, she called me out for it. And I remember sitting there going, bitch, you look like a gargoyle. What the fuck are you talking to me about
she
these
looked-
two?
she looked-
No, I mean that's
She
true.
looked
Like, what
the
do you think?
fucking, librarian for fucking Monsters Inc. Talking about Wazowski.
You don't need a TV. Still, no one's fucking you. Shut up. That's why she's so mad.
Well, there's a couple of things like they're
Her
done the
pussy
size.
looked like the fucking burned coochie that this bitch had without fucking having to burn.
Just natural burnt
Just
coochie
natural-
lips.
just natural Freddy coochie, bro.
There's a lot of birthdays
Natural
in November.
Freddy
You know
Cushy.
why?
November?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it lines up with Valentine's Day, right?
Yeah, everybody fucking on Valentine's
Yeah.
Day. You know, and then the same thing.
You know what's funny? Emily, her mom, and her dad all have their birthdays in November. All three of them.
That's what. So
Your
look,
brother?
and plus when winter comes around, what the fuck are people doing? They're staying at home. They smashing. That's what happens. You know what I mean? So yeah, like your comment is absolutely correct. They didn't have a fucking TV. That's true. That's what they did. They didn't have a TV because if they had, bro, you wanna tell me if they had like some, like I don't know. I like Blacklist, the show. If they had Blacklist on fucking Netflix and they had TV, they'd be banging as much. No, I mean they're still, yeah, there would be.
You know, I remember I had that teacher give me a bad grade without deserving. She just didn't. She never liked me.
I tried playing nice as much as I could.
Fuck that gargoyle,
There
burnt
were some
coochie,
limits.
Freddy
There
Coochie
was definitely
lip
points
bitch.
in time.
I
where
remember
just
I
got
copied
turned
you
off
on a
of it.
multiple choice shit, Mickey, and I got a fucking like 33, and this man got a B. Multiple choice, multiple choice. I remember I walked out because I remember I lit up, and I went to go talk to my old Spanish teacher. I was like, "What the fuck am I supposed to do with this bitch?"
Hey, you
Yeah.
sure I didn't just change my ideas last second, bro?
I mean, maybe, but like from a fucking like a F to a B.
I don't know, man. I'm indecisive as fuck. I changed my mind.
No, man. Like this was like I remember like I got it from you like the day before or some shit, or maybe even like in class I was writing this shit before you collected it or something, and when I got it back, it was an F.
Damn.
That bitch.
And I was like, Mickey, what'd you get? I got it like an 81, bro, and I was just like lit up, like just
you think-
instant, like.
Maybe it could have been that she knew that you copied.
I mean, maybe, but it's multiple choice, and
You
I
have
and
same,
I'm not
You have same mistakes.
and
you're
I'm not
a
an
flag.
idiot to not get a C on purpose. You know what I mean? Like, I purposely wouldn't go and put every single thing you put. No,
I
I'm not
would.
a fucking idiot. No, I'm not an idiot.
Why?
Because then she would know.
Prove which one of us fucking copied. Then both of you are getting a fucking shit grade.
Exactly, bitch.
didn't
Then
have
both
to
of us get an
admit
F, and I fuck my plug too.
Yeah.
I'm fucking myself. I ratted myself out, and I ratted the plug too. No, I can't
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah, true. Hey, I gotta actually do you guys know why when they come up with a new iPhone, like anytime there's like a presentation of a new iPhone, the time on an iPhone says 9:41?
No, no idea.
So apparently this was from day one, right? Like so, what's his name? Steve Jobs
Uh-huh.
were supposed like the event was supposed to start at 9, and Steve Jobs would talk about it, and by the time it was done talking about iPhone, it would be 942. And then he like honed his speech, and it came down to 941. And
Okay.
so, since the first time, it kind of carried over. I don't know if they try to hit that mark now, but like the very first one kind of came down to like very first iPhone. It came down like he announced it, and it kind of went 941, and that was about iPhone.
Yeah.
They
That's
showed
pretty
iPhone.
cool.
Yeah.
I like when they pay homage to certain things like that, like little
Like
things
Easter
in the
eggs.
sense like his speech
Yeah.
never ended. That's what it
Yeah.
kind of sounds
Yeah.
like to me, right?
Yeah, that was the thing. And then I have so this Ghetto Rig episode wouldn't be a Ghetto Rig episode. We're not talking about watches or cars. So I have a best affordable new watches to start your collection with, and I think there are a couple that
Get that,
Eddie
Mickey.
might
This mouse
enjoy a lot.
This mouse makes me want to throw it.
And yeah,
right.
go ahead with that one.
If there's not a Seiko on here, it's not a good list.
Yeah, so go down on the list. The very first. Wait. Before you go down, what do you think is the very first one they're gonna talk about, Eddie?
Casio,
No,
Timex,
no,
Seiko,
no. You won it.
Tissot.
PFG? Or whatever the fuck.
He's
that's
close.
Seiko, Tissot. That's the only
No,
two.
no. He's close. The P is very close to what.
P.
called. The fucking PSG.
Yeah, it-
no?
It's Tissot.
It's the one.
Oh,
that
the
we-
Tissot PRX.
Yep.
Yeah, that
Yo,
shit.
go down, go. And which color?
The blue one, but the
Gold,
the
bro.
gold,
That's
yeah.
what I am.
Hey, the one with the blue dial is the only one that keeps its factory price tag on Amazon. Every other one is like $100 to $200 off, except for the one with the blue dial. It's still $720.
Bro, I low key like this watch a
low
lot.
key, I
bro.
love this watch.
Bro, I really like this. I kind of want to go and try this out.
I
to see
tried
how
it out.
Fits on my hand. Where?
On Macy's.
Would they have the gold one?
No, not the
No.
gold one, but they had all the other ones. They had the actual Powermatics too, the actual automatic ones, and the
Yeah.
black dial, green, and navy dial.
Bro, I really like this gold one.
Yeah.
I really like the gold one.
It's only $100 more expensive too, and it's actually gold plated, not plated, but it's something. It's actually used
Anodized
gold.
or whatever.
It's they say it's PVL plated or some shit like that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I
It's some
really
weird shit.
like the looks of it. I know it's an okay watch.
My only thing is I hate how gold plated. You know, unless you're getting something like, that your Tudor or something like that. I feel like all those cheaper anything sub $2,000 watch. I feel like the gold doesn't hold up well, with like wear and
Yeah.
tear.
I mean, this is a Tissot, and then they're trying to make that PRX the sport version. So I'm sure that there's some sort of a
I would like to see
Quasi-
how it
how it
holds up.
fares.
I would like to hold.
But you want to know how it fares, like. You're
And this
gonna need
isn't
a
a-
year or two.
and this
for
one
it to-
isn't one of the more like daily PRXs. This one's a little more dressy looking with the gold style. If you ask me, that you would maybe wear.
The PRX is their sport line, right? Like, so to me, if you're making the sport line watch, make it so you can wear it every day. In specific
That's what I don't
sports,
feel like
right?
that. This gold one fits that property necessarily.
Yeah.
I mean, for me at least, I wouldn't
Yeah.
like any of the silver ones.
but-
I would wear every day.
So the thing with this one is, you will need to get this because it's either you're getting this or you have to wait 2 to 3 years to figure out whether this gold lasts.
Right. Either
So-
you're gonna be the one of the ones that test it, or you gotta wait.
Yes. So it's kind
Now,
of like a catch.
at the
22.
same time, you don't. Because what if they already make this PRX in gold, just not with the automatic movement.
Hmm.
So you might be able to see if they're using the same. Because I know it's not the same case size, not the same case. It's
But it's
a
the
whole
same
different watch.
technology of gold.
But it's
in
the
it.
same PRX, and it might use the same technology of
So
gold
if this,
plating.
yeah, then you can.
So you can maybe do some research into that and see how that holds up.
Yep.
Because
But I
they do already
really,
make
really
they
like
make
this watch.
and they make a Powermatic in
Hey,
two-tone.
what happened to our voice?
Hello?
Hey, chat, give us a thumbs up if we can hear us. It's either we went away or
I think
I can hear. Huh? 1 2 1 2. Yeah, I can hear again.
That's weird. Sorry.
Yeah. It went away for a minute. I don't know why.
Maybe
It might be my my headphones.
I'll swap your extension cable.
No, don't worry about it. Next time.
But
But yeah, so I don't know. I really like this PRX. I really like this gold watch.
it's a small watch. It's a very small watch.
Is it
especially-
small?
Yes.
Like comparison to mine, how small we're talking?
I think it's a
40, 39.
it's a 40.
Go
I think.
down. It'll probably say what it is.
It's a 40, I think. They come in a 35 and 40. I think is what it is.
39.
39. So yeah,
No,
it's
but
gonna
the
be small.
39, the 39 is the battery. No, and that's a Cortina.
39 millimeters is between the
No, that's the-
PRX is 35 and 40
That's
millimeter
See, exactly. So there's a 35 and 40 millimeter for the PRX. Yeah.
So Seiko.
I love this fucking watch. I want this watch right here. The
Yeah.
the Seiko.
Mm-hmm.
This one that's like a homage to the old
Yeah,
OG
and I can tell you if you
Seiko
wait,
5.
if you wait on these, because
It's
you
gonna
have
be
to kind of
$200.
see. Well, not only that, you might be able to find them sub 100. Why? Because
Really?
a lot of times when they do homage to old school watches, especially Seiko does homage. I've had a homage to a Seiko watch, old school one, that I bought from fucking TJ Maxx for $40.
Okay.
It was an automatic watch. But what I'm trying to say is, you got to see how market accepts them. If the market doesn't accept them, you're gonna get like huge ass discounts.
I love this watch. I think it's
Yeah.
it would just probably would make me not use my Apple Watch.
Yeah.
I probably won't raise my wrist. I'm
Yeah.
being honest with you, yeah, because it's just so retro looking, and I like it. I really like that,
Yeah.
and it's something you could wear every day.
Yeah. And then we have more Seikos here, Seiko
Presages.
dials, Presages, and things like that. These are micro brands of different watches, but you know there's COSC
What is this?
certified. It'll go up a little bit, make it up. There you go. It'll tell you go down a little bit. No, go down a little bit. Where the black.
Yeah, this
writing.
watch. We want to see the description on this watch. Go down just a little bit.
There,
Yeah.
there.
And then there's a personal mine of the Serica. Granted, the 5303 isn't a completely new watch for 2023, but it has been upgraded with new movement. It is now resistant to magnetic fields, and it is COSC's certified. That is quite an upgrade. Okay. What is COSC certified?
That's like the Swiss certification.
Okay, so is Serica a Swatch? Is not Swatch, but Serica is a Swiss brand, or are they just getting it certified by the Swiss?
They're just basically saying that it's
Swiss chronometer.
Swiss
Testing
chronometer.
and orthopedic surgery coating.
Okay.
So they test like 4 things I think on it. I think 5 things on it.
Okay.
They test like the watch, how it like on a side, because so it keeps the time. Like
Oh,
there's
making
part of
sure
it-
that it everywhere it sits, it's
Yeah.
still all the parts are running correctly with the balance and shit.
There's a certain certification for it to be like a Swiss manufacturer, or it's a Swiss. It doesn't necessarily need to be Swiss manufacturer. It needs to be Swiss. If it's Swiss certified, that means it meets all the metrics of being a Swiss quality watch.
You know what would be a cool thing to do? Because I know me and you like watches. In the future, we should maybe, when the pod takes off a little bit, we could maybe do a stream where we put together that DIY automatic watch.
Yeah, that'd be cool. We could do
Just
something like that.
That'd be cool one day.
We're
to do
gonna
that.
each get one and then just kind of like try
Yeah.
to put it together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
We
that'd
could
be
watch
cool.
the video together and put them together.
Yeah.
Because they have some pretty cool ones. They have them to where they
Yeah.
have some of them that are using either like a Swiss movement or Seiko movement.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, for sure. I'm down for something.
they even
like
have like some GMT diver models, which you'll probably like.
that. Mm.
And it's not gonna be like a.
But that gold PRX looks really nice. Like I really like that gold.
It's gonna be 825 smackaroos. You can already get it, I think. Through,
Yeah, so you through their website, you can
through
buy
their
it. Huh?
website. Yeah.
All right, make it go down a little bit more. Let's see what we got next. Keep going down.
Well,
There's
before
that
we,
Seiko tachymeter,
I
which
love that watch.
yeah, is pretty cool. I think.
I think that's a cool looking watch.
Yeah, keep going down.
Is it me or does that watch belong on more of like a
Go back up.
leather adventure band kind of? You know what I mean?
Could be, yeah.
Right?
I could see it. It's more
Yeah.
of a racing watch, but yeah, I could
You
see
know,
it.
see what I mean?
Yeah, could see it. Seiko
Or even
came-
just not Velcro, but the
yeah. Seiko been freaking making recently
cool.
been releasing ton of watches. They just
yeah, man,
released
they've done a bunch of
another
watches the last 6
GMT.
months.
They just released another GMT that's $1,500. It looks more like this old one, and they're making ton of watches. I don't know
Mickey,
what's
see if you
going
can
on with Seiko.
look it up. New Seiko GMT.
Yeah. And then go to images and I'll tell you which one. Yeah, 6R54. Caliber 6R54. No, go
Is
back.
it a GS or a normal Seiko?
Go back. It's normal Seiko. Do caliber 6R54. Yeah. No, that ain't it. Even though this is one of those, yeah.
That's a nice one.
Yeah.
That's a small dial though.
Well, no, it's a big ass watch.
Nah, that looks like a small watch.
It's 200-meter diving, so it's a big watch. I mean, it's a thick watch, so yes,
it looks
the
like a
dial
small
could be-
dial.
Dial is gonna be probably a little bit smaller.
Man,
yeah.
that's nice.
The Glacier, whatever. But that's not it. That's not it.
You said it's a chrono, isn't it?
No, it's not a chrono. It's race inspired, I think.
Oh, tachometer watch?
No, it's just a GMT, but it's open road race inspired, some shit like that. They described it. It's brand new. They just came out.
Let me see if I can find it, and I'll send it to you, Miggy. Don't worry.
Yeah.
about
So, and then we have next one. If you want to go on, is the Rolex prices. The one with the Rolex. Actually, I want to talk about this. Go to special molecule that violates the laws of physics could lead. Yeah, that. So apparently they discovered a special molecule that
Talking about this one?
that harnesses.
Well, this is a new one. Your brother might like this one.
Yeah, that's about $1,000, I think. That harnesses photons, right? And the name of the molecule starts with A. Here, it's right there. Can you?
Azulene.
Azulene. Yeah. Go ahead. Read that a little bit, Miggy.
Yeah, these
This
were
may have
released
made a
recently
major-
too. These, the glacier one, the black and the
They're
green.
already- Go ahead.
Scientists may have made a major breakthrough in the quest to produce limitless energy. According to a new study published in the journal American Chemical Society, scientists are looking deeper at a molecule known as azulene, which is a blue light emitting molecule that seems to flout the fundamental rules of photochemistry. The hope is that understanding how azulene and other molecules like it convert energy through fluorescein will allow us to build our own molecules to more efficiently convert protons or photons from the sun into usable electricity, thus creating cleaner energy. The idea is all part of the normal progression to try and make solar cells more efficient. Looking back at the history of these electricity generating cells, the first solar cell in 1883 could convert less than 1% of the sun's photons to usable electricity. That was just the first baby step towards creating limitless energy. Though, now solar cells have seen some significant upgrades and changes, but we aren't to the point of being able to generate that limitless energy just yet. We do have solar cells that can turn close to 50% of the sun's photons into electricity, and even solar panels that generate electricity in the dark. That's cool. Some researchers hope that understanding the mystery of how a molecule like azulene runs counter to a photochemical idea we know as Cash's rule. This rule essentially helps us explain how molecules emit light in various states. Unlike other molecules, though azulene doesn't seem to follow Cash's rule. It's based on the aromaticity and the anti-aromaticity of the molecule in different excited states. Lead author of the study, Thomas Slanina, shared in a press statement. We can think of aromaticity as a kind of internal stabilization of that molecule. When the molecule is aromatic, it's happy, it's stable. When it's anti-aromatic, it's trying its best to escape the state somehow. For azulene, though, it's stable in its ground state, but unstable, anti-aromatic in its first excited state. It's an interesting discovery that could help lead scientists to break through in the search for limitless energy. However, what that limitless energy would look like exactly is still unclear. For now, at least we have a thread to pull on.
Yeah. So basically, the more the solar panels are advancing, the more we're pouring into this, because I think right now, majority of solar panels are about 20% efficient, right? Even though it said some of them go to 50%. Yes, there are some that are 50%, but the majority of them are going to be like the ones that you see on everybody's roof. They're about 20% efficient.
So they mentioned that there are solar panels that do work at night to collect these photons.
They do.
Does that mean that we're always still receiving some type of light energy even when it's dark?
Well, yeah, because you think about it, the reason the moon is lit up is because it's bouncing, sun is bouncing light off of it,
You
and
can
that's
go
what we
outside
can
right
see
now
it.
and see something, right?
Yeah.
Because there's some kind of photon traveling through and hitting your eyes to reflect light to where you can have vision.
True.
If there was nothing at all outside, you would go outside and be pitch black.
Technically, you can get a tan if you're white enough and you laid out by the pool and it was a clear night. You could get a tan because you still would get UV rays that are going to hit your skin.
What type of tan is that called?
I don't know. It's called moon tan. I don't fucking know.
You can get a tan?
Yeah. Technically.
We gotta be pasty though, right?
You got to be pasty as fuck. Yeah. You got to be pasty as fuck to get that. But anyway,
I don't know anybody that pasty, I think.
What do you mean?
Who's
Your
that
girl is
pasty?
pretty pasty.
Who's pretty pasty?
Your girl is pretty light.
No, my girl's not that pasty.
No, she's not that pasty, but she's
You
pretty
pastier
light.
than her.
I'm white, yes.
And you're not.
He said that with so much confidence.
He said that shit like he was happy. He said, "Yes, I am white."
I am white.
Hey, like it's something you accomplished, motherfucker. No, you came that way.
Nah,
Right?
I said it in a way. Let me give you a Nobel Prize because you detected that I'm white.
But I don't think I know anybody that pasty. Because there's some pasty people out there, but I don't know.
I mean, anyone from like probably like Norway or something like that, like a straight up
Sweden.
Norwegian Swede. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
White hair, blue eyes, almost
Wow.
albino looking. You know what I mean?
I've seen some Czech guys that are pretty
Yeah.
pasty.
Yeah. Yeah. But here I found that watch. So it's called maybe if you want to look up, it's called a Land Series GMT or SPB 411.
SPB
411. And this is the newest one that they
It looks
made.
like it looks like an Invicta watch, if you ask me.
And it's 45.2 millimeters in length. In diameter, it's only 38.5, but then it's
that's not it.
45.2.
That's
No.
that's the
SPB
Seiko
411.
And you don't have to separate it. Keep the. Nope, that's something primitive.
Seiko. And then go to images.
Or no, you can click on that link.
Oh, either one.
Okay,
Yeah, right first. Yeah, there you go.
there we go.
So that's the one.
It looks big, man. I'm not a
It
fan
is.
of.
It is. Well, it's long, and I think what it does, it's because it's that they're probably using that turtle case. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To make that GMT.
It kind of does look like a turtle style case.
But
You're right.
go to the back of it. Let me see the back of it.
You know, if I see this watch in person, I may like it a little more. That's not the same watch.
That's not it.
Because that's got an oyster band. This doesn't.
Let me see the back
No,
of
that's
it.
not the same watch. Nope. That's not it.
Because I don't
Just
know.
go
if
to click on Seiko's
Why the
link.
fuck are these watches so hard to fucking find, dude?
I don't know, man.
it's brand new. There nobody's like talked about this.
Oh,
Okay.
it doesn't have a click. Yeah, you're
Yeah,
right though.
I
It does have a turtle, the turtle style.
Yeah, I
case.
thought it might have the screws in there, but it doesn't have the screws. It just has the areas where it's like indented. Because technically, like a good watch should have the screws in there. You know what I mean? It shouldn't be like a press, which what this is a press.
It
So,
looks thin too.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'd like to see it in person. In pictures, not a fan.
it's $1,500.
I don't like that.
Definitely
flat
not a fan
bottom.
anymore.
Yeah,
I don't like the flat bottom about it.
See, I actually do like how thin the profile of the watch seems to be. That's one thing I do seem to like a little bit.
and if you want a gold watch, there's this Seiko, which is little though.
Nah, I'd rather buy the PRX.
Yeah, PRX was much nicer for sure.
And you're getting Swiss movement.
Any closing thoughts, fellas?
Well,
No, I
wait. We got one more
What you
thing.
got?
We got
Oh,
one more
the
thing.
Rolex thing, right?
Yeah, we got one more thing about Rolex. People that like Rolexes,
Oh yeah, I
might,
sent you a meme on this.
yeah, you might. This is actual news, right? So you might actually finally get your Rolex and not want to wait in line for cheaper because the prices have dropped. So a lot of the watchmakers have seen a decline in sales. The only one that declined the least was the Cartier, the Tank, and whatchamacallit, what's the other one?
Looks like Omega.
No, Omega saw some drop as well. 0.4%, negative 0.5% was for Cartier, but rest of them just kind of dropped in sales, which also dropped the price of
So I saw during COVID, for example, the Pepsi was around 22,000.
Yes.
And
yes,
right
it
now
was.
it's going for around 18.
Yes. Yes,
So
it
it's
is.
just kind of been a steady decline since then. but
$3,000
now-
drop. That's a
boom.
lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's because the investors, because right now who's buying these watches? People that are investing into them, right? That like they're not buying to wear them, they're buying to keep them, right? And then resell them. So what it's telling me is that investors are not sure, they're uncertain about the market, right? And there was a huge sell-off apparently today in a market. So
I don't know, man. So see, for example, I've never been to buy like the flipper kind of person.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to selling things, I have a lot more enjoyment on when I make something. Like, for example, what I do right now with Emily, the cups, the shirts, and stuff like that. There's satisfaction there, right? Because it's very custom and kind of, yeah, it can be like very endeared to someone's heart, whatever they're asking for and stuff like that. But
it's you basically what you're saying is you don't like the arbitrage thing of it. It's just you like
so like the whole buy and sell thing, right? Like, for example, at one time when I first got into computers, I bought and sold a few monitors. Right, bought a monitor. Like, for example, the top one I have in my room, that ultra wide one, I got that monitor for $20. Right, and there's a bunch of these times where like people are like throwing out people's old shit and have no idea what they have, and they'll sell it for $20 or even free. Sometimes I've picked up monitors, and I'll sell them for $60, $100, whatever the monitor might be. And I never really found any satisfaction from that, and I found out why. Because it's something that I actually enjoy. I enjoy using those things and learning about them. But that's it, right? Using them. For example, like, I could never see myself being like I don't know if I could be a watch flipper. Because I feel like I'm going to want to wear every fucking watch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's how I am.
Yeah, so there are people out there in the world that like seeing their bank accounts. Like, for example, Warren Buffett would be one of those people.
Right.
Because he still rides a fucking old-ass Cadillac, lives in the same house, and eats a egg muffin, sausage and cheese egg muffin when the market is doing well, and then he eats a sausage muffin without the cheese on the days the market is doing bad, right?
With his Diet Coke and hash browns, right?
With his Coke and hash browns,
I thought he does diet. He does like a bunch.
Yeah.
He eats like McDonald's all day, right? Isn't like that's like his breakfast, lunch, and dinner, isn't it?
I don't know, man. I don't know what it is, but this man is on another level, and he's fucking damn near 100 years old. But all the money he's got, I'm sure they're giving him some cocktails of PEDs. Right up there with Kobe, shaking hands and dancing. But
oh my God, Jay.
but I
don't know. I mean, I get the whole like bank account thing, but I have an enjoyment through experience.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's what when I experience the item, that's when I enjoy it.
I myself never was able to sell anything and get a good enough profit. Even though I did have a negotiations class and I did super well in negotiating, selling cars.
Class?
Yeah, I took a negotiation class. It was actually probably one of the more interesting classes.
What the fuck did they teach you in negotiation?
So there was a book.
Could you say it was more of a business class?
Yeah. Okay. It's a business class for negotiation as far as techniques. You know, they kind of explain techniques, and on top of that, you would negotiate. They would give you a scenario, and you would negotiate.
All right, I'll give you a scenario right now, and you're gonna give me an offer. I'm gonna be a 85-year-old white old lady whose husband just died. I have a really nice bike that I have. How much you gonna give me?
You have a really nice bike?
I'm starting at $300.
You're selling for $300. Well, how much is this bike being
See,
sold?
when I'm buying something, I really don't care about no one's sob store. Being dead honest.
No, but what?
Like a sob store. Like if you're selling me your bike, what was you said you had going on?
The bike. I'm an 85-year-old white woman whose husband just died, and I'm looking for $300.
You ain't riding it anyways.
Where'd you get the bike from?
My husband.
Oh, this was your husband's?
Yeah.
So you have some emotional values attached to it, I'm guessing,
No,
yeah?
I just need it for his funeral.
Huh?
I just need it for his funeral.
The money?
The money.
Oh, you don't care about the bike?
No, I'm just selling shit.
Oh, you're just selling stuff?
Yeah, I'm pitching her. She said 300.
Yeah, I said 300.
If it's worth 300, or what's the bike worth?
I don't know. The bike's probably worth like 600.
No, but here's your 300. Give me this bike. I wouldn't even
I'll
negotiate
pitch it 200.
Yeah, but at that point, I'm like, why? I'm making double on the money. I don't want to negotiate with you.
But I could make
But we're
60.
starting at 300. She doesn't know it's 600. The bike itself is 600.
I'd be like, yo, listen.
Did you fail the negotiation class, Jay?
I think he
No,
did.
no, actually,
He
did
became
super well.
sentimental on me. Look at this shit.
No, because, I mean, if I'm making a profit on it, but see, like, this is the thing. Like, I don't know. Because the class was that you're given a scenario and you have a car. You have to sell the car with the most amount of money. And the buyer of the car has to sell it for the least amount of money. Buy for the least amount of money. But then there were other caveats as well that I didn't know about, seller knew about, and there are things that seller didn't know about, I knew about.
Right.
And you had to, like, there was another one where it's like you're selling fucking fruit, right? although like the other person needs the fruit because of the skin, because they're making fucking vaccines out of it, and you don't know that information, that they only need the skin, they don't need the rest of it. So like there were that kind of scenarios where you had to like come to a negotiate, like,
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
yeah, but it was a pretty good class. I enjoyed the class.
I don't see watches going back up because I don't see people
going back up. They're gonna go back up. Not now. They're gonna go back
Not
up
anytime.
again.
I was gonna say that. I don't see watches going back up anytime soon.
Yeah, that could be a thing. You know.
Besides that, that's all we got.
Yeah, that's all I had for today. Yeah.
Alrighty, guys. Thank you everyone for came in today. Let's see who we had in the chat.
Hey guys, like, subscribe, and all that jazz, and then
Make sure you got the
thanks,
little
Randy,
bell
for
and
stopping
shit, so
by.
when we go live, you guys can come hear us talk.
Emily,
Let me see the chat real quick,
JC.
Mickey.
Yep, gotcha. Hold on.
JC says yes, you are. On which part? I don't know. Milky White. Oh, talking about me being white. Yeah.
Oh.
Nobel
Shout
Prize for you too.
Shout out everyone in the chat. Emily, my mom, Randy. There's a few other people that were in here earlier. Shout out everyone who came out. Thank you. Y'all all have a good night and be safe.
Yeah,
Love
hit